And good morning, everyone. Welcome to the, oh my goodness, Monday, March 28th, 2022 edition of Nevermind. Furthermore, I'm your host, author Brian K. Morris, and I hope you're ready for some creative conversation and some fun. But we're going to give you a minute to get ready here, and we'll be back. Y'all get some coffee now, okay?
10 seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
How dare you!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
Good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Hope you had a great weekend, and I know I had a good one. Got some stuff done, getting some stuff wrapped up today. I think we'll be able to make some progress on our ongoing list of things to do. But anyway, what'd you get done this weekend? Let's hear it from you, and we'll get to your comments in just 1 minute as soon as we do the attitude of gratitude section, and that is our thanking. Oh, we're not mature. When the hell do we get mature? Let's get that out of there. Anyway, what we got to get in here is Plasma Fire Graphics. We thank them for sponsoring the episode. As always, Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. When you pick up a brand new book of an unknown author, pardon me, what's the first thing you look at? It's that cover, right? A great book deserves a great cover, and you deserve to have Jeffrey Hayes working for you. Plasma Fire Graphics has been doing published works for covers for a long time, and his name, it opens doors in this industry, trust me. And so if you want the best cover you can possibly get, pop on over to the Plasma Fire Graphics Facebook page, check out their published examples, then bop on over to plasmafiregraphics.com, where you can see more samples, and you can contact them directly and ask about their indie creator friendly rates. You'll be glad you did. So will I, because I love these guys. Mainly the one, the only, not plural, Jeffrey Hayes. Why am I making him legion, for he is many? Anyway, check out Jeffrey Hayes' work, and check out Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And I also want to thank the Rising Tide Broadcasting Network and the Rising Tide Publishing Company for sponsoring this show. Rising Tide Broadcast Network, 7 days a week of entertainment and enlightenment. Check our Facebook page and please give it a like. Also, please check out our Patreon page. I'll be writing my newest blog today. Every blog deserves a name after this show. And if you want to read that blog, we do it every Monday and Thursday. Then $1 a month will do it for you. $5 will get you peeks at works in progress. It's all good at my Patreon page, and every dollar goes to help support the cause here. It really does. We want to thank everyone who's on this list, and if you want to see your name on here too, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. You'll be glad you did. And whether you're watching live or in the reruns, we appreciate you. So definitely leave us a comment, if you would, please. And if you do it while we're live, we will have a conversation. If you do it while we're not live, I'll try to reply to you as best I can. And let's see, let's get to your comments here. and up, and what I thought we had the first one there. Now we've got it. And the first one in is our guy, Carl Witzman. Good morning, Carl. Glad to see you. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone has a good Monday for a change. Most of my Mondays are pretty all right. And I know there's some people right now that's not having a great time. They're hurting. And, I have heard of something called superhero syndrome, and I think I've got it, where I want to do something to help them. And I don't know what it is, though, but other than just be their friend and be there when they need me. But anyway, I hope everyone has a good Monday, and I hope you have one too, Carl. And it is Monday, asks the retired guy. Hey, if, I base mine on, did I do Monday's show? Oh, I haven't? Okay, it's Monday. So anyway, I feel your pain. And Donna, did you have some writing news today? Asks Carl Witzman. And we will get to that in a moment. But first, will you hear from Michaela Jade? Yep, it's Monday. Hi, Carl. Hello, Donna. And Tibbets and Scribbles tonight. What topic will we cover? Stop by and find out. We have no idea. We don't know. And I hope to be there tonight. I will try my best to be there tonight. And hey, Michaela says, Donna, Carlene, one. Yes, Carl, I do. Vacation, a Beth and Hill story will be out soon. Excellent. And Carl asks, a mystery tidbits, and yay for Donna. And all the edits are fixed, and I think a cover is being done. Excellent, Carl, excellent. And thanks, Michaela, and I'm loving the cover. Oh boy. Who is the cover designer? I think I can take a guess. I bet they live just left of Indiana, right? And someone knows is Donna Carlene, I'll be doing cover designs and editing once I retire from writing again. We'll see how long that lasts. And we'll just read notes from an info. Another good job. And I haven't checked my email today. Yes. Get in touch with Michaela J. Go to authormichaelaj.com and sign up for her monthly newsletter. And while you're at it, sign up for mine too. Next issue will be out on the 1st, and it's maybe not as exciting as Michaela's, but we do our best. Anyway, Michaela's grateful. And where's everyone else? No one else awake? And it's a good morning for me. The proof copy of Mad Gaster Cheerleader Returns has been printed and shipped to me. I caught Michaela live this morning and only one Band-Aid on my hand from Kim. Well, that's good. That's a step up. And the above is an example of a triple construction in humor. Regular statement, chuckle statement, then boom. This will be one of the topics I will discuss when I host Never Mind the Furthermore in April. Spoilers, yes. Carl is going to be filling in for me next week, in fact, on Monday and Friday. So the show will take a definite uptick in quality. Because Monday I have, what am I doing Monday? Oh, yes, Monday I will be appearing at 11 o'clock on Ragin' 2. I'll be there with Nita Lanning and Daphne Lage. They have asked me to come on there, and who can turn them down? Not I. And then on Friday, when I am traveling to SI Comic-Con in Benton, Illinois, I will be having Carl, who graciously consented to host the show on Friday, and again twice this weekend. So when Carl finishes all of his writing chores, yeah, right. You got to pressure him to see if he can take over Nevermind the Furthermore and free up my mornings. I think this is a movement here. I really do. He could be like, it's kind of like Jon Stewart taking over from Craig Kilborn. And the show takes a zoom upwards in quality, becomes a big hit. So that's just my feeling on it. But let Carl know yours. Tell him you're anxious to see him on the air, and you want to get the guy in the Fez off of here, okay, and make the show good again. And maybe not, or maybe they have poopy reception like me at the moment. Could be. Hey, good morning, Joe Bachman. How the heck are you? Happy Monday to you, my friend. Glad to have you here. And still battling with Apple over getting my latest app published, but otherwise it's a good day. Well, that's good. That's good. Good that it's good. But Apple, get it together, man. And good morning. And I'm with Carl. Keep fighting. Don't let up on those guys. And that was the takeaway from the morning motivation today. I got to check that out. I was busy getting things done around the house this morning so I can get things done around the house this afternoon. And it was Carl. Carl gets a gold star. And good morning, lovely. So Mike, Jimmy, Lursha DeBruin. Mwah! Good to see you, Mike, Jimmy. Hope you're doing well. successfully coming off that campaign for Life with Cora, Life on Cora number 5. I'm excited for you. And hey, Michaela, sometimes I listen, says Carl Witzman. Good for you. What's it like? And Mike Jimmy, hey, buddy, how are you, says Michaela. Joe Bachman says, well, after responses I gave stating that a character generator and dice rolling app is neither a business or school app, they decided it still was for some reason. Did you get a bot, or did you actually talk to a flesh and blooder there? I don't know. And Mike Jimmy, I hear the sales were great this weekend. I did too. Let's hear from Mike Jimmy, the Lord of the Bruin, who says, after a tired weekend selling comics at a con, it's good to settle down for the crazy events man on the big screen. Well, I'm glad you're here, Mike Jimmy. Tell us how you did. And doing great. Yeah, it was insane seeing so many people again, but returning customers and new ones made it all worthwhile. That's awesome. That's what I love to hear. And I better go grab a snack before the show starts. Grab one for me. Make it turn its head and cough. And they have no idea where to put it, Joby. They're flailing. I think right about now, Joe's got a real good place they could put it. And everyone's saying hello. It'll be all had a great weekend, too, says Mike Jimmy. I did. Got to spend some time with Cookie. We went out to lunch yesterday with a friend. Hi, Robin. And let's see, got some things done around the house, made some plans. Today we're hopefully, if the weather will get up to at least 40, I may go outside and work on Calgon. There was two big tasks we've got to do, and I'm thinking we can get it done today, maybe with Cookie's help. It won't warm up till she gets home, unfortunately. When last I looked, it was like 35 outside, which is not bad, but it's, I'm a fragile old man now, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, Joe Bachman says, Carl Winston, I told you, I got a good idea where they can put the app if they don't approve it soon. And Carl agrees with me. And today, says Mike Jimmy, I have dubbed weekend, and it has been glorious. Can't say I did nothing, because Lord forbid I actually end up bored. Now that would set off an apocalypse. Somebody... Mike Jimmy, that's what we have many things we have in common. Someone said to me that if an idle mind is the devil's playground, then mine would be Disneyland. So I try to keep busy for everyone's sake. And you need to rest every so often to stay creative and to live, I suppose. Yeah, Carl was having a discussion with somebody about that the other day, and they said, Brian, you need to take a rest. You're getting punchy. And I said, what is this self-care thing you speak of? I have no idea what it is. I tell all you guys to take care of yourselves, but what do I do? And especially if you get up at 5 a.m. to leave at 6 and come home again at 8 p.m., con days are long ones. Oh, Mike Jimmy, I know. It gets depressing for me, like towards the fall, if I'm working that late. I've had some shows where I will get up like at dark 100. What we like to call the ass crack of dawn around here, but dawn ain't for a while, nor is Tony Orlando. And then I start driving, I just get dressed and I get on the road, and I've already got the van packed, and I'm driving. It might be 2 hours before I see any sort of sunlight. And then I catch like a quick meal on the road, get too much bad coffee, set up, do the venue. And these are like 5 hour away shows, That's the reason I am where I am, because I'm willing to do what other people won't to get my books out there. And not brag, just fact. And it's paying off. But anyway, I set up and I'm inside the building, and I virtually don't see the sun except for during its setup time when I'm between the van and the building. Then I'm there all day. I get out late afternoon, repack the van, and then drive home with maybe enjoying maybe an hour or two of sunlight. And then most of the way back, it's dark again. And that grinds you down. It really does. So one of the things I'm doing this year are fewer 1 day, 5 hour drive shows or more. And if gas prices, I saw they went up again around here over the weekend. If gas prices keep rising, I may make myself a hermit for most of this year. And yeah, con days are very long. Yeah, I agree with you totally, Michaela. And do you guys keep repeating your sales pitch in bed after a long day like that too? Yeah, I find, especially if I've stumbled over my elevator pitch, that I rehearse it constantly from that point on until the next day. I try to, it keeps me sharp, and I sometimes tweak it to try to make it shorter and punchier. So, but anyway, I try to change my pattern every so often so it doesn't become too rote, says Carl Woodson. Yeah, that's a danger, especially when you do a short presentation, which I think most people appreciate. It's like I say, if I haven't convinced you to look at my book in the first 10 seconds we've been together, then talking for 2 minutes won't do it either. So anyway, and nope, because my sales pitch changes from person to person. Well, you should have some variation in it. I agree, Michaela. You should have some variation. If you think that something will appeal directly to the person you're talking to, so I totally get that. I totally get that. And if I try to change the riddle, I'll start stuttering, and that puts people off. Yeah, seriously. And Joe Bachman says, 2-minute warning, places everyone run and hide. And prepare for impact. TARDIS noises in the distance. That's right. That's where do you think I got my fads? Anyway, Carl Westman said, holy car runs around setting up change, and we were woefully unprepared, says Mike Jimmy. And is that the cloister bell? I think it is. A disaster is looming, and we're 30 seconds away from Belgium, if you know what I mean. Expletive. Hi, hey, I'm Brian K. Morris, and what are you guys up to now, says Mike Jimmy? You better be asking what I'm up to, actually. And Donna, reminder to set up BKM's clocks up 2 minutes the next time we visit him. No, what happened was I was saying hello to someone online, and then I looked at the clock and I was like, oh crap! And I actually was ready 10 minutes before, but I was like, oh, I'll just say hello. Oh, they said hello back. Well, I'll say hello back. Oh, they said something. Well, I'll answer the question. Next thing I know, and, okay, no, I'm never allowing you two in here again. How dare you mess with my precious lateness. And good morning, Brian and Craves. Teresa Dunn, good to see you, sweetheart. Hope you had a great weekend, and good to see you, all right? Mwah. And Carl Westman says there is a 1 hour and 2 minute time difference between Illinois and Indiana, apparently. At least in my head there is, Carl. And hey, Teresa, and Joe Bachman says, I'm guessing the reason why he starts a bit late sometimes is either A, he is reading these comments and going, what am I going to walk into? Or B, he is laughing too hard and needs to compose himself. I actually, here's the thing, I don't read your comments. That way, if I have a reaction, you know it's real, okay? So I generally do not read your comments, so until I see them here, and then God help me. And Donna laughs at Joe. And Eric Hawkins, good to see you, buddy. Hope you had a great weekend, my friend. Check out the Zombieful World of Oz, available now on Comixology. And hello from the desk with Small Press publisher, Joe D. McPhee. Saturday nights at 10 o'clock. Sorry I missed it. And anyway, check out his great show on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And check him out every Thursday night on Comic Book Spectrum with me and Eric and Clyde and Brian. And good morning, Brian. Hope all is well. Oh, it's pretty good here. Joe, glad to see you. And the Eric Hawkins, says Carl Witzman. And Joe D. And everyone says hello. And coming in hot today, like Will Smith on trajectory to Chris Rock. Hey, I heard that. I heard that there was a SmackDown, literally. I didn't see it till I was about on the air, but something fell across my newsfeed about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Wow. And when did we get mature? By our messages, you should know we never grew up. Mike Jimmy, I own a mirror. I know the type. And Albert was out on blood thinners this weekend, or last week rather. Friday, he tried to use his crutches and lost his balance. Oh, and fell hitting his head on the front door. Scared the crap out of us both, but he is okay. Oh, take care of that man, Teresa. He's had amputation surgery, and he's learning how to walk with just one peg there. And poor Albert, I agree. And I agree with Donna. So glad to hear he's okay. And so sorry to hear about the tumble from Joe D. McPhee. Same here, Teresa. I hope Albert takes care of himself. This world needs him. And good morning, Nevermorians. Today is Amanda Tucker's birthday, so as a treat to her and yourself, snag a copy of Coy Wolf and Derivative Fiction on Amazon today. And Nick, I figured you were late for that reason. Nick usually does our pre-show, but also check him out on Nerd Bacon with Luke Stone on the Raging 2 channel. He is awesome. And Donna knows all about hitting one's head on the door. At least Albert wasn't drunk. There's that. I did that about a month ago myself. I shouldn't be laughing. I was coming up the steps and I was wearing this old pair of house slippers because my feet were cold. Mostly I go around the house in my stocking feet. But anyway, I'm walking up the stairs from the basement, and one of my slipper slips as I lift the foot. And so when I'm trying to, here's the step and here's the slipper, and so I go whoop, and I landed on my kneecap. That hurt, ouch. And then what was it? Then I landed on my wrist, and I'm still having troubles with my right wrist. And don't say anything about my sex life. And at the same time, I hit my head. I did like the trifecta of injuries there, and but I wasn't drunk either. I was just awkward. And Ryan Permisson has shared this. Thank you, Ryan. Much appreciated. And good morning, there mornings. How are you? Hope you had fun at conventions this weekend. Sold lots of books. I stayed home and wrote a lot. And good morning, my friends. On my way to work, just waiting for the bus. Willow Skyler, mwah, love you, Willow. Hope you have a good day. Check out all of her great shows. You got to just follow this lady. She is amazing. And oh yeah, plushies will be shipping out this week for Life on Cora, number 5, finishing the last version for the comic, and the printer will get a huge order from me this week too. Still on demand at Indiegogo. So if you want a copy of that, check that out. I'm waiting for mine. It's going to be great. And Carl is on his knees worshiping the Peppermint Princess. And Teresa Dunn, the blood thinners are messing with him until he gets used to taking them, but thanks for your thoughtfulness. Well, I could see where it would. Yeah, please let him know we love him. All right, and catch up on episodes of that. I quote via audio where Ryan Permisson interviews content creators of all kinds on Spreaker.com. Check that out. And hey, Willow, says Donna. And Nick Tucker, superhero syndrome plus imposter syndrome means I have my own secret identity. That's why I wear the glasses, Nick, so nobody can detect me. You know what I'm saying? I just feel this need to fix everything. So anyway, and I can't even fix my own stuff. But anyway, in case you missed it, we celebrated the 5th anniversary of Power Rangers 2017 with special guests. So take a look at what Ryan Permisson did, and also check out the interview with, I love her, cosplayer Crayley Vanis. We've had her on Clever Tile Pending, and she is awesome. And hey, Nick, yeah, Teresa, those can mess with your balance. That's true. And also check out the latest episode of, and I quote, film historian and blogger Annette Bochenik. And last Saturday, check it out on that address there, and subscribe to the Nerd Culture channel. You'll be a better person for it. And hey, Nick. And check out our interview with comic book writer Morgan Quaid. Same address. Check it out. And no, not taking over the show, just a fill-in, dude. Yeah, just like you weren't going to do any more writing, Carl. I know what it's like to get the bug, dude. So there. Anyway, check out the we got this is another comic book writer, Lucas Klein. Please check that out too. And if you want him as a guest on your show, let me know via direct messenger, says Ryan Permisson, and happy to pay it forward. And hey, it is Amanda Tucker's birthday. I may be a little short on here, but anyway, please wish her a happy birthday from all of us. I sent a greeting on Facebook, but yeah, she's an amazing lady. She is awesome. And so check out those 2 books. They're great. And I am grateful for this community and all your support. Have a safe and productive day, everyone. Well, I say create dangerously. That's the fun we're going to have today. We're going to do our blogs. We're going to finish up the short story finally through the audio edit today. And we're going to get on to the next project. And yes, I sent her a birthday wish. Hope it's a good one, as do we all, Carl. And Ryan, Ted, did you find the Shadow Slab at Lexington, or did you miss out like last time? The war continues. You think it's bad between Russia and Ukraine? Look out for Ryan and Ted. And no, Brian, we love Carl, but you cannot be replaced. Oh, I can. Dead air, I think, or at least that's how I feel some days. It's like, on the days when like I come on here and I start yapping and I'm muting myself, or mostly that stuff that a real producer and director would have taken care of. But no, Carl does. It's just that Carl does such a super job at it. He really does. And I don't think I'm not grateful for Ryan and Joe taking over for me. And I'd love to have him back sometime doing that for me. But I think it changes things up, and he actually gets better numbers than I do. I'm just saying. And Rick Bradley, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, my friend. And that's right, Nick. And I cannot wait for cons to be viable for me, says Nick Tucker. Seriously, we do. We got to get FezCon wrapped up. And we're going to see Amy Hale this weekend. Mwah! Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Amy. Hope you and John are doing well. And that reminds me, don't forget, this Saturday, I will be at my second con of the year at SI Comic Con at the Benton, Illinois Community Center. Please come see us. We are going to have a brand new set of books. We're going to have the Snow Ambition book, which, by the way, I want to touch on that. Please remind me. Today is the last day you can vote for me in the Pulp Factory Award competition, where my story, Snow Ambition, is up for Best Short Story of the Year. And I'm excited just by the fact that I got nominated. I'm absolutely astonished. But the fact is, I wouldn't mind winning, and I wouldn't mind y'all reading that story too. So please check it out. But anyway, Amy Hale, buy Amy Hale's book. She's amazing. I love her, and we're looking forward to seeing you. And by the way, if you come to SI Comic Con this weekend at Benton, Illinois Community Center, you will get to see Calgon. All right. And Mike Jimmy Lordship de Bruin says this Saturday I'll have another small con and we'll have to get a train at 6 a.m. to be there at 9 a.m. to set up. Going to be rough but worth it. I was invited by the organizer last month at a different one. That's awesome, dude. Way to go, man. And I'm probably going to be leaving about 4 in the morning to get to Southern Illinois in time. So I feel your pain. And BCAM, we can talk. If you can't find cons closer, we will have to set up more local cons. I'm thinking that's the way to go, man. I really do. There are a dearth of book shows in Indiana. You know, there's actually one, there's a couple, but there's one in Indianapolis that's done through the library. Excuse me. But the organization putting it on, I have to say, I frankly don't agree with them because they have like frequent contests and they charge people to get into it. You know, you submit your entry and then you submit a check to go along with it. I think that is heinous. I think that is robbery. Why are you running your convention on the backs of the creative community? And those people are supposedly writers themselves. How can they live with themselves? That is, I'm going to say it, that's bullshit. That is that's one of the reasons I got out of playwriting, because so many theaters would be, well, you know, authors, we'd love to read your plays. Send us a $25 check and we'll consider using it. You know, well, if you're not going to use it, are you going to send my check back? No. Did you charge the directors and the actors to audition? No. Why am I financing your playhouse then? Screw you. So anyway, yeah, we need to set up something. We need to set up some good cons in this area, Nick, you and me. I think we can do it, and I know we'll have some help from the Nevermorians, all right? And from Nessa Small Press Publisher, I hate elevator pitches. I know, that's where you and I disagree, Joe. It is the fastest way to turn someone off to your radar. Excuse me. I find a simple, short conversation about the day or show to ease into a pitch is better. Oh, I do that all the time, but I don't consider that part of my pitch. You know, I say hello. I ask how they're doing. And if they're looking at anything, you know, I watch them. And if they're looking at anything in particular, you know, I will, you know, I see you're looking at this. Let me tell you something about that, you know, because that's kind of a pre-qualification thing. So you don't waste your time and energy, excuse me, spending a minute telling them about your product. And it is a product just like we are. And then have them go, oh, that's nice. Well, good luck. Bye. But the whole thing, you know, the whole conversation, if nothing else, is a pre-qualification for the customer. You know, or I ask them, what do you like to read? And if I've got something that fits, I will tell them. By the same token, if I don't, if they come up and say, well, and this has happened, well, do you have any romance? No, I don't write romance, but thank you for asking. And that gives me an opportunity, though, to recommend them to a friend who's working the show, or I'll send them online to like Amy or Kathy or Molly or whoever, or Lacey. And Lacey was more horror and fantasy though. But anyway, but you know, send them to the appropriate people, or, you know, Donna, send them to the appropriate person online and say, let them know I told you. I sent you, all right. So I don't consider I consider the pitch is when I am talking about the specific product. Okay, so maybe you and I are closer than we thought. Um, it's just that we're defining what we do differently, and that's okay. That's why we're friends. And hey, Jody, hey, the Eric's from Donna. Neither Donna's caps lock is on again, or the Russians have invaded, or a 15-year-old girl has taken over her keyboard. Eric Radley said, "Did you know that Mario started out as a carpenter and not a plumber? Find out more bites of gaming knowledge on R&D Gaming coming soon to the Rising Tide Network. Tease me, young man." And check out Rick Bradley's author page on Amazon, where you can sink your claws into the Nightmare Collective, eat some apple pie with Marvin's Night Out, bask in the glory, of the award-winning Pulp Reality #1, and try to hide from the tales of the weird and strange. Do that thing. And slap, nope, he punched him. Chris was making fun of Will's wife's disability, and Will let him live. Holy crap! It's like, man, I'm surprised Will just didn't grab Chris by the collar and drag him out back into the parking lot, and only one man returns. I'd have gone into the damn Thunderdome over that. Damn cap block. I know I hit mine too occasionally when I'm like trying to hit the keys on the far left, and inevitably I'm going for an A, and then I hit the caps lock, and there's no A, but everything around that's suddenly in big letters. I feel your pain, Donna. I feel your pain, and your pain's pointing at a teddy bear. And hi, Skunk Rocker. Mwah! Good to see you, Skunk. Hope you had a great weekend, buddy. And Donna the Kitten has discovered the fun of playing with pens. Buddha help us. Oh, dear God. Your cat would think my place is heaven. I've got a drawer full of pens. I'm looking at a tackle box down at the floor that we filled with pens before we left Illinois. They're probably drier than the Gobi. I about made a comparison that would get me canceled for real quick. Anyway, Scott Crocker says, "Sorry I'm late. I was on the phone with my landlord. Hope it is good stuff. Hope he's telling you I'm going to reduce your rent and give you the place next door too." And hey Skunk from Michaela and Carl, Eric Bradley. Or if you want, you can come visit this man at SalukiCon on April 16th at the Southern Illinois University Student Center in Carbondale, Illinois, and pick your own signed copy. Rick will be there. I will be there. I believe Amy Hale will be there. I think Kathy Jackson will be there. I know Lacey Lemke will be there, and Candace Comaleri, and a whole bunch of other Nevermorians. Please come see us. It's going to be a grand time. Nick Tucker says, Chris Rock cracked a joke about Will Smith's wife having a shaved head due to a medical condition, and Will defended her honor. It is never right to apply violence, but it may be necessary. And it's just like, Mafia have a thing that if someone in their organization or someone outside actually commits the offense, they go after the person that did the offense, but they don't go for family. You talk about honor among thieves, even they have rules. And so, you just don't do that. You just don't do that nonsense. That's all there is to it. And let's see, here we go. I was looking over my schedule. I had something else in mind. Also, I believe I'm going to be on Zimcast this Wednesday. I believe. I'm going to check my schedule. But Randy is going to be talking about some very important things that have happened to him recently. And if you follow Randy or Luke, you will know what it is, and I don't need to say anything more about it, but Randy will be coming out with some more information to follow up something Dojo Khan put out yesterday about a certain situation involving Spencer Gifts. So that's all we'll say about it. And hey, Brian, quit falling down. Facebook user, I will fall down if I want. If I wind up in the loving embrace of gravity, I can't help it. I honestly couldn't help it. I was cold, still, and sober, too. And the thing is, I can hear it's like I didn't cry out or anything because I was a big boy. But I'm lying on the top of the stairway in pain, and I can hear my wife talking to my mother-in-law upstairs, and I'm like, well, she sounds like she's having a good time. I'll just lie here for a minute or two and get my bearings and see if I can get up. If I can't get up, I'll wait till she hangs up, then I'll yell for help. But no, I'm fine. I'm actually good. And Carl Wisdom said, I nearly forgot to like this show. Don't be like me. Carl, I could only hope to aspire to be you because you saw the error of your way. Excuse me. And we want to thank everyone who has responded to our show on Facebook or on YouTube. So bop that thumbs up and hit the bell, molest it frequently, and subscribe to our channel because we got all kinds of cool stuff coming up. Still working on that spin-off show on creation. And also, if you're following us on Facebook, please sign up for the Rising Tide publications page, the Rising Tide broadcast page, or Kathy Jackson's books where you're watching this. Hey, skunk, says Donna Carlene. Carl, he discovered that a couple weeks ago. Just flick his balls and he'll stop. You do that to me, and you do it to the cat, and I'll stop it just out of sympathy. Oh, my God. Yeah, Carl says, yeah, until tomorrow. Oh, and Joe D, we need tools. Elevator pitches are one tool in the belt. Indeed. And happy birthday, Amanda, from Amy Hale. Looking forward to seeing you. And Bro MC, you're a dope. You're one of the reasons I'm thinking about dropping my Twitch stream. And the Skunk Rocker says, FYI, we don't buy viewers, all right? Instead of removing the store, remove yourself. And FYI, the first draft of the pilot episode of Random Encounters has now been written, says the Skunk Rocker. Yes. I think it still needs work, but I've got other people helping with that. That's so cool, Skunk. I'm so glad to hear that. Yay, you. And if you don't subscribe, you might miss tidbits and scribbles. That is true. Congrats, Skunk. Yeah, seriously. Skunk making progress, moving the needle. I love it. But the protagonists are written, and I have voice actors for at least 2 of them. Yay is right. Man, that is progress. I love it. And the hard part will be the animation, but I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Exactly. I was talking with someone this week, and they were like, well, how do I upload something to Amazon, up to Kindle Direct Publishing? I said, you do it easily. Do you have the book done? They're like, no. I said, then finish the book. And I had someone else contact me a couple weeks ago. No names, but I love you. And please forgive me if you hear this. But anyway, no, he contacted me. It was one of my favorite authors, one of my favorite humans, one of my favorite mammals even. He contacted me and said, well, I have this question about formatting. And I'm like, well, this is a complicated formatting process. I defer to my wife, who does my formatting. Also, check out Amy Hale. She's now doing formatting too. Hire her. I asked Cookie, and she's like, Brian, remind him of that thing you always ask. Oh, okay. Do you have your book done? No, and he sent over the file, and it was like 10 pages long. I'm like, dude, where's the rest of it? And he goes, no, that's all I've got. And I'm like, here's my advice. You finish the book, and we'll talk. Then when you're done, we'll talk and edit, and then we'll talk formatting. It's too soon. It's like you got nothing to do unless you finish that draft of your book. So I had to fall back on that. So anyway, Donna Carlene says, Nick, that reminds me of the time my boss informed me I wasn't irreplaceable. I told him to please prove it. Well, it's like a guy I worked for briefly when I was a temp at the water company back in Champaign, Illinois. This is before I got there. But the winter before I got there, there had been a hellacious snowstorm coming on the way in. And it was like 120% chance of this thing hitting Champaign and hitting it hard, and wound up actually closing the local mall. And the employees were saying, well, can we have the day off because nobody's going to come in and we don't want to get trapped here at work? Because it turned out the early part of the snowstorm would hit after they got to work. And the guy who ran the place, let's just say, there's a line I frequently use about he doesn't wake up every day looking into the mirror and wondering how he can make more people like him that day. He sent out an email saying basically all non-essential personnel can stay home tomorrow. In fact, you can stay home every day after that. Needless to say, everyone showed up and got stuck at work. Anyway, but yeah, I've had some times where I'm like, oh, please fire me. I was that way towards the end of the water company. I knew I could do better. But every time somebody pushed at me, I say, okay, go ahead and fire me. I don't care. So you should not be beholden to your job that much. But Carl Witzman agrees with me. It's good job, Skunk. Good work and great, Skunk, from Donna Carlene. He is great. And wait, I get better numbers on views than BKM? No way. Yeah, way. It's true. It is true. You do. At least on Facebook. I haven't measured you. I haven't looked lately for your last time on YouTube, but you're on Facebook. You actually get anywhere from 50 to 100% more than I do. Let's leave it at that. And yay, but the conversation on Friday. Oh, yay, all the conversation on Friday really helped the green room. I'm sorry I couldn't make it, but good. I'm glad they did. Oh, accountability message. Due to new meds, I have been on limited hiatus while I adjust this Nick Talker, but I still fired off the weekly Cyber Tacto. I saw that. Shot a quick video between downpours and plotted with Joe. Good for you, Nick. Yay. And Joe Bachman, that is. Whoa. And we have to read the story too, Brian? Well, ethically, I should say yes. You can read it after you vote for me, okay? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll send you a copy or something if you vote. No, I can't say that out loud. I can't say that I will send you a copy if you vote for me. You vote your conscience, and we'll talk. But anyway, I'm going to put that in here. There we go. Hold on a second. This short story category. Not category. Not done twice. Good Lord, my fingers aren't working today. Shut up, people. And all right, now we're going to correct only one typo left. Very good. And then we're going to hit that in the chat. And you'll see it before I get to it, probably about 15 minutes. But anyway, and we have the Spore Hacker here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good to see you. And hey, Spore Hacker, no long time no see. He actually is my con buddy last week. Well, good to see you, Spore Hacker. Welcome to the Madhouse. Now you know where Mike Jimmy Lordship de Bruin spends his time in the mornings or afternoons for you guys. And Mike Jimmy and I helped out. You definitely did, this, Mike Jimmy. And tonight at 7:15 p.m. Amsterdam time zone, I'll go through my polls. Oh, and together we made it. Yeah, well, it's always good to have a con buddy. That's why I love doing shows with the Nevermorians, because we can watch out for each other. It looked for a while like for the Hannibal show, I was going to be coming by myself, unfortunately. This was for about 3 days, and then we got confirmation yesterday Cookie will be coming with me. And you Hannibal folks, you come out and see Hannibal at Big River Comic Con, where I'm a vendor. You can meet possibly meet Calgon too. So anyway, it's going to be fun. Anyway, glad to have you here, Spore Hacker. Thank you for showing up. And Donna writes romance. In a way, well, it's kind of like more like the honeymoon phase. If romance is flinging her onto the bed, you mean it's not? Oh man, I got some. Yes, and yes, Carl, that's romance. Yeah, for me and Michaela Jade, it is. I mean, not together, but I want to make that clear. But yeah, how did Luigi start out? And Brian, who could that be other than the one, the only, the admirable Glenn B. Fleming, the author of this amazing book, who's picking up a lot of glare on here for some reason. Anyway, check out this book, available now on Indiegogo. It is an awesome book, and not only do you get lavishly illustrated with pictures of Glenn's visit to the King of Comics, Jack Kirby. There's also a DVD with a film of his visit. Definitely check it out. It is glorious. And no, I'm not going to say it, Glenn. I'm not going to say it. I've run that joke into the ground. Anyway, maybe one more. But anyway, Glenn, good to see you, sir. And did something catch your eye? I still smack myself for saying that, even though it wasn't intentional. It's just I have a short attention span, Amy. You should know that by now. And Luigi must have been a groundskeeper if you see how he handles the poltergeist. Is that code? I, I know many guys had to handle their poltergeist, but anyway, erotica is a far cry from romance. Although I thought Donna wrote the former and not the latter. Actually, it's very sweet erotica. It really is. I read The Seduction of Lily Monroe, and it was a good story. In addition to being kind of hot, you know what I'm saying? That's good erotica as far as I'm concerned. Glenn B. Fleming says my book and DVD about my visits to Jack Kirby is now live on Indiegogo, comprising photographs and video footage of the King in conversation. This film is a unique part of comics history. It really is, and 3 days to go, so it is already fully funded. So please check it out. It is a super, super book. All kidding aside, it is a great book. And if you are a comics fan, you will be proud to own one. I'm serious. And yes, I'll be at SalukiCon. Yes, that is glorious to know. We will go out for dinner. And we will go out for dinner. It will be fun. And Glenn Fleming already backed. Excellent, Spore Hacker. Thank you so much. Eric Hawkins. Chris told Jada he was looking forward to G.I. Jane 2, but this is also what the comedians have done for decades at the Oscars. Will is having more issues with his open relationship with his wife. That could be. It's like, yeah, we're going to have I just see it. I know people who have open relationships, and I do not poke fun at them. I mean, that's good for them. Seriously. But why do I have this image of Will going, hey, baby, we need to have an open relationship, but we still love each other, right? Oh, yeah, we love each other. And then she's getting more action than he is, and it's like, wait a minute. So, and Spore Hacker, many thanks from Glenn Fleming. Yes, and thank you, Glenn, for putting that book together. Seriously, and no problem. Champagne. Yes, I lived in a city in central Illinois, East Central Illinois, actually, and its name was Champaign, but it was spelled Champaign because we in Illinois do not know how to spell or pronounce things properly. We have our southernmost town, which basically makes Judge Dredd look like a weekend in the Bahamas. Okay. There is our southernmost town in Illinois is spelled Cairo. Now the world pronounces it Cairo. They pronounce it Cairo, like the sweet Cairo syrup. And they also have a town Vienna. I think it was named after an Ultravox song. But anyway, they pronounce it Vienna, and they're proud of it. I was pronouncing it Vienna, and someone overheard me, and I heard about it for the rest of the day. Brandon pronounced Vienna. No, you guys don't know how to pronounce Vienna. Excellent. Anyway, and did the snowstorm really close the mall? And shush, Don, the police may still be looking for me. Oh, maybe the snow wasn't the reason the mall was closed. Carl, we need to know your whereabouts. And well, then the conversation we had there, Brian. In fact, it was mostly the conversation we had here that helped. Well, I hope we did something to help you, Skunk. And seriously, knowing you're making that farther along, because you have got a talent for script writing. Seriously, my man. And I want to see you pursue that. I really do. And I think the time has run out on that offense, Carl. Yeah, this is like this would have been like late 90s. I seem to recall the mall was closed. I could be wrong. No, it wouldn't have been late 90s. This would have been like mid to late 90s. So anyway, check out Rising Tide Publications. Please vote for me in the best short story category. Today is the deadline for it, okay? Please also consider Stormgate Press, Charles F. Millhouse, Flinch Books, and Bobby Nash. Thank you. I appreciate everyone who has voted for me so far. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. But there are many people. Pulp Reality number 2 and 3 are in various categories. Some of the people like Clayton Merwin is up for Best Artist. I think Damien Avila is up for another award too related to that. Plus there is plus Charles F. Millhouse, his last, or the one that was published last year, a Captain Hawkland story is up for Best Novel. And what else? Who else is there? Well, and also I put in Flinch Books because they released a super book called Occupied Pulp. and it all takes place behind enemy lines or occupied territory in World War II. And I haven't read it yet, but it looks great, and I'm so excited for that. And Bobby Nash definitely has a story in there, so he's one of our buddies. And also, Bobby Nash is the publisher of Snow Ambition, my short story offering. So please consider voting for me. And again, today, Monday, March 28th, is the final day you can vote. So please do this. If you see it on the 29th, thank you for considering me. Anyway, Rick Bradley says, so Carl had 50 to 100% no more viewers. That makes what, 1.5 or 2? I kid. Hey, we actually, our show gets decent numbers. Now, we're not getting the same numbers in all candor. We are not getting the same numbers we did, like, say, 2 years ago. But 2 years ago, nobody had anything else to do. So there is that. But we do all right. And Carl Wisman, if I get better numbers, it's because I don't type on the stream. Just saying, yeah, usually, sometimes I do type stuff on Comic Book Spectrum, but when I do, I do mute the show, and I do try to bring myself out as soon as I'm done. And Scott Cracker say, I'm not saying that the green room didn't help. I had the entire room uproariously laughing in hysteria over one of the characters' descriptions. Proof enough that I made the right choices. Excellent. We'll see. There we go. I'm glad that all the way through, you got the help you needed, Skunk, and that's what this community is all about. Seriously, it is, and we're proud to have you as part of it, Skunk. And Spore Hacker says, first con and I loved it. Really? Your first convention? Oh my gosh, that is awesome. I can still remember my very first comic convention. It was in Indianapolis, Indiana, in what year? This would have been 1970. I want to say 77. And I met a couple people that went on to become comic book pros, Bob Layton and Roger Stern. In fact, Roger Stern was the first autograph I ever paid for. My first purchase, in fact, in this whole thing. And what it was he had a magazine they were putting out at the time. It was a fanzine. And they forgot to bring change. And so I handed him, it was a 75-cent magazine. I handed him $1. He goes, I don't have any change, man. I'll sell you my autograph for $0.25. I said, you're on. So he signed it, Best Wishes, Sterno. And I'm like, cool. And I reminded him of that. I saw him at Mid-Ohio Con. It was probably about 20 years later. And I said, you won't remember this, but you were my very first pro contact, or at least, big fan contact. And and I explained the situation with the quarter and everything. And he goes, oh my God, that was you? He goes, I remember that. He said, I felt so bad about that afterwards. And he said, but you were so willing. And I said, I thought it was funny, man. And I've gotten a lot of mileage out of that story. So it was all good. And he was one of the guys that helped kill Superman. So anyway, it was a good time. It's always a good time in the green room on Friday. I'm sorry I crashed so early. Anyway, which, by the way, I can't talk about that here because it's a little R-rated. You mean it became more family friendly than usual? If it's R-rated, oh my God, there's it's a good thing what happens in the green room stays there, because you people will have a lot to answer for. And I say you people, and I include me every now and then. That's where people find out I swear. Anyway, well, thanks for having me here. Spore Hacker, you're always welcome. Thank you for being here. We do appreciate you. And, thank you for being a part of this show and the community, man. And thanks, Brian. I love a blushing girl. And you can find all of Donna's Erotica on Lulu.com. You might have to click the Show Me Adult Content button. Yes, you will. I can vouch for that. But his wife doesn't live well. Okay. And wait, Eric, you mean that Jada is available and our heads match? Really? I'm a big fan of The Matrix, Jay, just saying. Anyway, Will Smith's wife's boyfriend isn't missing out on the fun either, right? See, now, Spore Hacker, you're falling right into the flow of the show here. And if we need to, we're ready. So anyway, welcome to the madhouse. And Carl says, oops, Will Smith just pulled up our drive. Damn it. And Spore Hacker says, Carl Wisman, rest in peace. Carl, it's been good notes to know you. Okay, the late Carl Witzman will not be doing our show next week, it turns out. Anyway, Eric Hawkins, our Hollywood reporter, Eric S. Hawkins, continues. Jada told the world that her 29-year-old rapper boyfriend has made her happier than she has ever been. Will has had some issues since that interview. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that interview. Anyway. You know, I think a certain amount of candor is beguiling, but there is just a line which you should be like discretion being the better part of valor. And remember, Will Smith turned away an alien invasion, so he's going to kick your ass. That's all there is to it. Jada, look out. And Rick Bradley says Luigi came about because Miyamoto wanted to make Mario Brothers a multiplayer game, and basically did a palette swap at first. Later on in SMB2, he was made more distinguished from Mario by having a higher jump but less precision than Mario. That stuff is interesting. Eric Hawkins says, hey, Carl, give her a call. You bet. Maybe he will. That's right. And Eric's the kind of guy that's like, let's you and him fight, and see what happens. Rick Bradley says also some people say that his name came from the Japanese word Ruigi, which means similar, and it sounds like Luigi and proper Italian names. Okay, that makes sense. Donna, go downstairs and keep Will Smith busy. And Donna says, I think I'd break him, Carl. You probably would, and he'd die with a smile on his face. And my first time was with Brian, first con anyway. Oh, you minx, you revealed our secret. Anyway, she entered that con a girl and she left a woman. What can I say? Anyway, picture in Indianapolis, 1987. I left the village to go to a convention. And you think the village, and I think you're being followed by this giant rubber ball. And you're on the edge of Broad Ripple Village screaming, I am not a number, I'm a free man. And Carl, that informature is going to back up any second now. And Cindy Cap, hooray for Captain Spaulding, the African explorer. Hooray, 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 hooray for Cindy Cap. Check her out, ckoepp.com. Great books, great newsletter. You got to get that thing. And it just came out. It's a great read. And also check out her books at bearpublications.com. And she's just amazing and adorable. And Radio Retrofuture, you're also amazing and adorable. Looking forward to my live talk with you. Afternoon, looking forward to our conversation. Our first miniatures been printed. Oh, cool. That is awesome. Eric Hawkins does the miniatures thing. And or the 3D printing thing. He's excited. He's a happy boy. He does good work too. And finding heavy gravity areas. That's one of my ebooks on Smashwords. Please check them out. And welcome to the short boat to Valhalla, folks. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Well, Carl, if you can get it on with Jada and evade Will Smith, and don't forget, he's also Jim West too. Well, maybe that's your advantage. That could be to your advantage. He's defended this earth with Tommy Lee Jones. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Anyway, Cindy Cap is getting ready for the con. That's me. It's going to be this Saturday at the Benton, Illinois Community Center. Benton, the SI Comic Con. Looking forward to seeing you there. And we look forward to seeing Cindy because she's promoting me on Amazon. We love you. And nice, says Boar Hacker. And Birthday Adventures. Check out Nicholas Anthony Tucker on Amazon. So the Simple Sword, the Short Axe, the all kinds of stuff, big stompy robots, a great body of work, and more on the way. Michaela J says, yep, the newest book from the Rising Tide Network, The Short Boat to Valhalla, sponsored by The Green Room. You jest, Michaela, but I can see it happening. I'm not saying it's a good idea, but, okay, let's see here. 3/28. I always date this stuff. 22. The Short Boat to Valhalla. That could be the subtitle to my next Volcano book, if you know what I mean. And releasing a new book very soon. That's John B. Pica. Check out johnpica.com. Check out his work on Amazon. He's amazing. Also, the Cereal Box Network on YouTube. And Skullcracker, gotta love a classically time prisoner joke. Amen. That is one of my favorite shows. Be seeing you. Anyway, Cindy Cap says the Dastardly Dingoes podcaster returning to a broadcast near you. That's tomorrow night, every Tuesday from now on, at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. Check out Brian, Chad, and Jeremy. And Damien, they've got a new dingo. Leave that alone, people. And so I can't say anything around this crew because I know how I am. And for sure, Skunk, definitely. And Cindy kept talking to all kinds of cultural nerds. That's nerd culture. You need it, get it. And on YouTube, please subscribe if you can. And we're still nice, not even nice. And I do not jest. It's already in the works. Make it so. And Joe Bachman already has the cover for Short Boat done. I love it. And our elevator's a little small for practicing pitches from the Decima Small Press Publisher. Check him out on YouTube every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Always good stuff on comics and media. And go find the Amy at a con. Check out Amy Hale on Amazon. Also, authoramyhale.com. And she'll be showing up this week at SI Comic Con as a civilian, but she's also going to be appearing at Saluki Con. I can't wait to see her again. Hope you're having a good day today, Amy. And we are caught up with the comments, and so I'm going to put this in a. Yeah, that's it. Okay, there we go. And also reminding everyone that. This is the address to go vote, and the voting closes today. I don't know when, March 28th, 2022. I am asking for your vote for best short story for Snow Ambition by me. Anyway, Finding Warriors and Sci-Fi Shows. Michaela Jade's on the prowl. Look out for her. She is amazing. And Carl Wisman, time for a bathroom break. I mean an ad. We're getting there. And all the geeky con fun you need in the Midwest, go to quadcity.com. Check out their amazing list of shows running up and down the parallel to the Mississippi River like the spine of fandom that it is. Anyway, check them out and see some of our people there like Michaela Jade and Cindy Kemp and more. And we will do some, we're going to take a break here because you guys deserve it. We're going to start out with some clips here, and we'll be back in about 2 minutes. All right? Stay tuned.
From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Author Cindy Kemp is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kemp at CKOEPP.com today.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
Please check out all of those wonderful people and their creations, and stay around for the end of the show. We'll have some more mentions of some wonderful people. But speaking of wonderful people, let's continue with Cindy Kemp, who says, find out what a sawhorse is doing on a list field. Historical Fencing Guild knows, every Friday night at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central with Nicholas Anthony Tucker, because he's amazing. And go support the Cromniverse Indiegogo, where you can get an Amigurumi Crom. Only 2 left last time I checked. And if you missed CromCon last weekend, you can find it on the Comic Madness with Pops Van Zandt. Check out that show. It was all great, as always, when I caught it. And Carl Wisman, speaking of catching it, the hail pail was getting full. Well, glad you could ring out your depends on our time. Anyway, hybrids are fun for all. Check out Luke Stone Studios. Also, check out Nerd Bacon Thursday mornings with Luke Stone and Nicholas Anthony Tucker. And be sure to stop by the Rising Tide merch store for your own hail pail or the pod catheter, new from Rising Tide Industries, or maybe just a coffee mug. That's true. There we go. And Bear Publications has books available at cons too. Or if you don't want to wait for a con, go to bearpublications.com. Pick up a copy of Animal Eye, not just the novel, but the comic book by Cindy Kemp. And crowdfunding adventure for Zombies in Oz coming soon. Early April. Check out the 4th issue of Zombie for World of Oz that is being completed right now. And I've seen some of the art from it. OMG, he's leveling up fast, and you can get on it. And also, if you missed the first 3, Eric will have a way you can catch up painlessly and quickly. And Adventures in Stormgates at cons. Check out Stormgate Press. Always a good time with Charles F. Millhouse there. And meeting fun folks at cons. Brian Rodman just came back from, Lexington Comic-Con. I couldn't go, but he was there. Ted Davies, some of the Dingoes, their wives, and all kinds of fun. I saw Charles F. Millhouse made it down there. A lot of fun. And finally, I went to the Super Museum yesterday. I want to go again. Lots of cool stuff. Made me feel like a kid again. Isn't that the best $5 you can spend in the state of Illinois? Rick, I'm telling you. Yeah, seriously. There is a metropolis. It is in southeast Illinois, just off of Interstate 24, across the river from Paducah, Kentucky. And it is like 5% of the collection of the great Jim Hambrick. I love that guy. Love his daughter, Morgan. And it's just a glorious experience to go in there and check out all of the memorabilia, uniforms worn by the actors, props used in the movies and TV shows, original artwork by people like Joe Shuster, Kurt Swan, Wayne Boring, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, one of my favorite artists ever. But yeah, I'm glad you got to go there, Rick. I'm surprised you haven't been there before, man. Wasn't that a treat? And so we are now caught up with your comments again. And so I'm thinking maybe it's time that we let you get on with your day. All right. So anyway, Cindy, thank you very much. And did everyone fall asleep? Asked Carl. I think we put him to sleep. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't run ads in the middle of the show anymore. But anyway, a couple people left. So anyway, we're going to take our leave now because I do have things to do. I'm going to check the temperature to see if I can do some work in Calgon this morning before we go. And Cindy Camp says, I don't want to be out of break, but I am. I'm sorry, hon. Don't forget to tip your host. Thank you. Bring Cookie Home. Thank you. And the artwork of Bill Sarnard, Sarnard76 on Facebook. For finished cartoonists, go to patreon.com/Brian K. Morris for the terrors you need. $5 a month gets you a look at my new novel. Then Confront a Trouble for the Birds, and that's at patreon.com/CKOEPP.com. And check out CKOEPP.com for your entertainment needs. She's awesome. She is entertaining. We love you, Cindy. Mwah. Thank you for being here, hon. And we hope the rest of your day goes well. Thank you for spending your break with us. And thank you for spending your morning with us. We hope we gave you enough psychic fuel to get through the rest of this Monday. And hope it gets to be a good one for you, if it isn't already. And let's see, let's get to where we need to be. And that is, we want to explain that we are part of the Rising Tide Broadcasting Network. And we have 7 days a week of entertainment and information for you. So check out what we've got to offer. Also, check out our friends like Michaela Jade tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central with Tidbits and Scribbles, where we're going to tackle your writing problems and see if we can't give you a little help on those, all right, to keep you creative and happy. So check that out, and check out tomorrow morning with TED Talks, the return of the Dastardly Dingoes at 8 p.m., and who knows what else. But check out our Facebook page for the Rising Tide Broadcast Network, and please give it a like if you would. Also, please check us out on Patreon and make Cindy Camp happy. We're at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris, and your name can go up with these other wonderful people here who we love and who help support our projects and our cause of the Rising Tide. So join the cult, right? And later, Don. I love you, hon. Mwah. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you so much. And we appreciate you, all right? And we hope you have a great day, like I said. We hope you give someone a smile and make it a greater day for them as well. You don't know who needs it. And again, please consider coming out to see us at SI Comic Con. That's Comic Con in Benton, Illinois, at the Benton, Illinois Community Center. Great little community there. And thank you to everyone that's been so welcoming in the past. And we look forward to seeing you on Saturday, starting about 10 o'clock. And I think we're there till 5. And Cookie will be there. And so will Calgon. This is Calgon's first public appearance. So please check her out. And let's see what else we got here. And also we want to say thank you to our ongoing daily sponsor, all of our broadcasts. We're so grateful to Jeffrey Hayes for his Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. When you display a book in your library, what's the part you put out for people to see? Do you put out, like, open it up to your favorite page and just leave the book open? No, you put the cover out. You need a great cover for that very reason alone. And Jeffrey Hayes can make one for you. He's got hundreds of examples that have seen print. Check out the Plasma Fire Graphics Facebook page as well as the plasmafiregraphics.com page. And while you're there, after looking at all those published samples, get in touch with Jeffrey Hayes at plasmafiregraphics.com and check out his indie creator-friendly prices, all right? He'll send you the info you need, and you'll love working with him. He is super talented, super fun to work with, and a great inspiration of my own writing. We have a Captain Hawkland book that came out a couple months ago. Jeffrey did the cover, and his cover actually made me change part of my story. It was that good. I wanted to make sure my story was as good as the cover went in front of it. And you can get one too at plasmafiregraphics.com. Plasmafire Graphics, on the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And so with that, we're going to take our leave of you. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. Hope you get things done that you need to do and things that you want to do. And let's make this week a good one for yourself and each other, all right? And we will be back Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, and looking forward to spending an hour or so with you. Yeah, you. The one I'm pointing at right there. Anyway, hope you have a great Monday, and we'll see you soon on Nevermind the Furthermore. But until then, as always, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great day, everyone. We will see you Wednesday on a fresh, live Nevermind the Furthermore. Have a great Monday, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Broadcast Network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
The original intention of the film was just for my personal use, but I thought, with it being such a unique thing, that I'd like to offer it to anybody who wants to see it. On the first visit, Jack took us into his another room, a separate room, and there were these brown parcels full of artwork piled up, and he said to me, "You draw like I do." We were in the studio for 5 hours, you know. It was fantastic, and there's this. He's got this desk, and everything he's ever drawn has come from this desk. And then I would just go with the flow, and that's what this film is about. It's just a unique film of him.
He says, "I beat you." He says, "They say we came in under the dead heat." He says, "That's not true, because I beat you." And the American said, "Well," he says, "if you like to think so," he says, "but I know the real story." He says, I know I clearly won that one." Well, Joe is 6'3", and I was a runt, from the Lower East Side. And being Joe's partner was an advantage to me, because Joe was believable, you know. They would talk to Joe, and the Goodman brothers would get to know him. Martin Goodman owned Marvel at that time. He went to his mother and he says, "Look, Jackie got a job drawing." He says, "They're paying him for it. They're paying him money for drawing." He says, "Suppose I go with Jackie." He says, and he says, "They'll pay me money." He says, "I'll draw and they'll pay me money." He said, "I'll give the money to you," which we did. We gave it all to our mothers. They called me from Nassau. You know, I lived in Long Island. And they say, "Would you like to come down and draw these guys in training?" I swear, this is not a story. And I said, "Yes, of course, I'd love to come down." And,
Now on Sunday mornings, longtime independent comics creator Randy Zimmerman brings to you a podcast that talks about the lighter and more whimsical side of comics, the fun side of comics. That's right. Sunday Funnies is back. Sunday morning, 9 a.m. on the Raging 2 YouTube channel and on certain Facebook pages. Check it out, won't you? Special guests, great talk, and a lot of fun as we work to put the fun back in funny books. See you there.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam with an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide, an Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.